Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to my J Play, some PGA Tour 2K23. It's the beginning of the week, and that means it's your weekly challenge circuit, walkthrough slash preview, whatever you want to call it. This week in the challenge circuit for TGC Tours, you are at the Carolina Classic. You are playing Tequesta Creek by Booner29, and this is round one, and in round one you're playing from the black tees, pin set 1. You're playing with a low wind speed, default wind direction, default fairway, default green, slow green speed, so they've slowed it right down. Let's have a look at what those defaults are for you. Fairway's firm, green's firm. They've changed the green speed from fast to slow. Light cloud and the afternoon. The black tees are playing 7,000 yards. It goes all the way down to 5,500 yards. Don't know if I'll ever pick that this week at TGC Tours, but you never know. It's a par 71. So let's get this underway, guys. This is the Carolina Classic. This is your TGC Tours weekly preview, where I show you what invariably not to do, sometimes what to do. At least it gives you my take on the holes. So let's go. Hole 1. Big par 5 opener, 579 yards. Don't have my skills kicked in yet, but nice wide fairway for you to aim at, so I should be able to just blast this straight up the middle. I might even put a bit of loft and spin to get a bit of extra distance on it. And that is a solid opening drive. Straight up the middle of this fairway. 334 yards.
And second shot here on the first.
Now I can hit the 238 and give myself, or I can go long and try and de-loft that. I think I'm going to hit the 238 and give myself a putt, an uphill putt. So let's loft this a bit, just to try and get it up there. I've slowed it though, so we're going to go right, and it's going to be a longer putt than I was expecting, but it's not bad.
Well, look at you putting for eagle now.
You got choices there.
That's fine work.
But I think as long as you're leaving yourself an eagle putt, I know it's 35 feet, but 177 green speed, so I could have probably gone at it a bit more with the 260. Buyer's choice, guys. But I think it's right to left and turns back at the hole, so it's how much of this right to left break it takes on the hill. I'm going to go for there. It's got to turn right, and then it's got to start. Oh, it's not going to turn back enough. I hit that a little bit too hard.
3 feet to go.
That's a shame. Just be careful on these 117 green speeds as well, guys. When you're uphill, sometimes it does make you blast the ball. So I would actively encourage you to pull your marker in if you tend to overhit putts like I do. For some reason, it sets it up as you need to hit it harder because it's slower. Okay. Par 4 second after missing the eagle on the first. I think a few people will eagle that. 383 yards. Should be a straightforward drive up this fairway. Shouldn't be an issue to hit that. And you leave yourself the perfect 67 shot in. Bit of a push on my swing there, which took me offline.
Nice to get for birdie.
Got to eliminate that. Just to reiterate what I said the other week, guys, I am playing with the DualSense Edge. It does not give you a straight swing line. Contrary to popular belief that it's cheating.
So far, so good.
I do not believe it is. I don't think it's classed as cheating. I think people have an advantage with a 200-pound professional controller, and I can understand that. It does help with tempo. You can eliminate sticks drift on it as well, which is quite handy, and I'll do a tutorial on that in another video. But we are 2 under through 2. Now we got a 447 yard par 4 with a little yard marker in the middle of the fairway there. I'm assuming that's what, 350, so no winds. Should be an easy hit, but that is a horrible swing, and that means I'm going to go left unless this kicks right. That was a horrific swing there, guys.
Good, is it?
As I was saying, it definitely does not help my swing, but it's all light rough round here, so. I think that gets there with some de-loft. Another horrible swing. I felt myself push that.
This one's heading a little bit to the left.
So I've got to start cutting that out because that is really bad. And now we left ourselves in no man's land up here after 2 terrible shots. So we'll just take the par and run.
That one close. Well done. Looking pretty good.
Relatively simple par 4 there that I
stay right
absolutely
there,
butchered
2
because my
under
swing
after that hole.
deserted me. Why dost thou desert me? But like you can see the boys are tearing this up 13 through 12, 10 through 9.
All right, let's have a nice
There
tee
was
shot,
definitely,
land it
you
nicely in
definitely
that
could be
fairway.
4 through 3 if you're one of the top players. So I don't think there's any need bringing that water into play. I think laying up with your 3-wood is fine here. And that's a better swing. No need at
Good
all.
job. And this one's about
And
100
I think I got a
yards out.
97. So I have, guys, I haven't mentioned it before, made sure that all my clubs now remain static. So what I mean by that is I've taken all the skills off that give me boosts in power.
Great work there. That's a great
Other than on the
approach.
driver and the 3-wood.
Just 3 feet left. Looking good.
And the hybrid in the
All right,
bunkers,
brought
I get
things
extra distance
down to
from
3
now, which is a
under
better
after
skill
that
to
hole.
have. But yeah, I've taken off all the additional power on my wedges and my irons because I
Let's
just
see
get
how we do
confused with
here on
what
the
yardage
fifth.
I have and yardages to leave. So that is why I felt that slow. But again, on my old controller,
Okay,
that would
we're
have
about
been
250
probably
to the
a
pin.
full right slow. I didn't push that forward, and that's where the DualSense does help. And it's another par 5, which is gettable. This time, I'm going to D-loft the 3-wood, see if it's a better shot. Now there's a hill here that it should run down and catch. It's just running right, sadly. I could be off the green. Yeah, it held up there, but that's an awkward putt
27
back.
feet away.
Needed to be further left than that. Was banking on a bit of a fast or the pushes or pulls I've been having in the last few shots, but I did not get either of those, and now we're giving ourselves this little tricky one. So let's go 3 lines. That's a bit too much there, Matt. Not bad though. If I had a different power, it did turn back to the hole. But all right, I think there's 2 eagleable chances there. I mean, it's long in. It's 260 in or 250 in every time if you're driving 300 yards. So, you know, they're not gimmies, but you will have putts at them. I just haven't made them, and we're 4 under through 5. Okay, the 6th is a par 3, 152 yards. So I'm gonna have to loft up my 155 just slightly, maybe not that much. And I have absolutely massive. There's me saying you can't massively slow on this controller. There, I didn't even move the controller forward there, guys. That's not anything but my shitness, to be fair.
Careful with that chip.
So we're in trouble now. That was an awful shot. I was worried about fastening it into the water, and I just didn't push the club forward.
Nice and easy. Well done.
So a relatively straightforward par 3 scared me because of my wind and swing, and I just played it a little bit too conservatively there. I didn't push the stick forward, so a little bit too conservatively is a massive understatement. So play down this left hand side.
And look at
that's a better shot.
Got all of that one. I'm sure of it.
I am just getting used still to this edge. I've had it 2 weeks now. I've obviously got issues with my back and my arm. Just to let you know, I've come through my operation, guys. So thanks to those who wished me a speedy recovery. I'm through it and I'm recovering. That is a horrible shot as well. Not playing our best golf though still. I'm still sat in a little bit of pain and on codeine and paracetamol and Nurofen. So still on a drug concoction. Will be for the foreseeable, I'd imagine. And let's see if we can make a putt. Oh, that's going to overturn.
Yikes, that went right by.
It's going to overturn. And we have 4 under through 7. And to be honest, guys, on this front 9, I think you should be looking at a 6. Certainly in the CCA to D category, you need to be probably 6 or 7 under on this front 9 this week, I'd imagine.
Okay, 8th hole.
So, a 200 yard. Right, I'm going to hit this straight up. A little bit of spin. Oh, why did I aim left? I know I always fast things. I don't know why I aimed left.
Unfortunately, we missed the green here.
See if we can get a chip in. No, not a bad effort. Not a bad
Ooh,
effort.
nicely done on the chip shot.
Okay,
And the putt
we
drops.
have
There's
gone
your
on an
par.
absolute par fest for the last 3 holes. After birdieing 4 of the opening 5, we need a birdie at the turn
And
now,
that will
or this
keep
is going to
you
be
at 4 under par.
a difficult week. I think 4 under if you're in the lower CCCs is a good score, guys, but in the upper echelons, you need to be,
Let's
I
see
think,
what we
6 or
can
7
do
under on this
on the
front nine.
ninth.
Personally, it is a 71 par as well, so I imagine all the par 5s are here. So I think you can clear these trees. I don't have my skills on. I'm going to loft it up. Let's see.
I think this is
There we
heading to the
go.
fairway.
There's the shot for you there, guys. Straight over the trees.
This one's around 110 yards to the
I
pin.
got a 112 in my bag. And this is the beauty of knowing your clubs. Perfect shot. That's got to be all
Ooh,
over
I
it.
think this could be good.
That is a beautiful swing.
That's going to work just fine on the approach.
And that's what we needed after
All right, this is for
4
the bird.
awful holes.
All right, and after that, you've brought your score down.
Then we're 5 through 9. Nothing overly dramatic, but can we have an awesome back? I think the back nine is going to be a lot shorter, guys, because we had 2 par 5s in that
10th
front
hole
nine.
now
So
coming at you.
let's see. 10th, yeah, it's a short par 4. Don't want to mess around with that water, so
So far, so
purposely
good for this
fasted
one.
that. Play up this left-hand side, give you an angle in. 67, a little bit awkward, a little bit between. But we'll try and spin it back off this hill. Play for my push on my slope, and it should sit down and spin, and it does.
We'll take that. This one's just 3 feet.
Okay.
And as
Straightforward putt.
Drops in the hole. That's your 6th birdie today.
And we're 6 through 10. Are we going to go to the classic 7-11?
Here we go.
I seem to always be at 7-11 on Master. Don't want to jinx myself. So can you cover this? Do you want to come in over these trees? That's the question. Or do you want to be down here? Let's go back and have a look at... So... From this side, it's 140 in, and the tree's in the way. From this side, it's 140. There's no point. The trees are pointless. But that could run out of fairway. I'm going to have to hit the 238. Oh, and I've slowed it. This should be fine, but it's not going to run on as much as I thought.
Good one.
258.
Here's our second shot on hole.
That's not a bad leave. I think this is fine. That should be all over it.
I think this will find the putting surface.
Playing some approach shots right now.
Great work on the approach. You saw that one, didn't you? Here's a putt to go.
It's a bit of a tricky putt. 2 inches up. 117 green speed's not my favourite. I'm not going to lie, guys.
This one's on a good line.
But we make it, and we have hit the classic 7-11, which is a bowling split, and also seems to be where I'm always at in Master. I always seem to be 7 under through 11 holes. I'll take that though. If I could be 14 under through 18, that would be better, but Blazer Ripper there at 17 through 18, Highness at 17, Patch Strife at 16. A lot of them are Pro Tour players, guys, so don't worry about their scores. If you're going, oh my god, look at these guys score ridiculous amounts. It's like, yeah, they do, because they're good.
Nice.
I am also a Pro Tour player, but I do not score like those boys. And hopefully, with the slow greens, this should sit down around the pin. Oh, that's a lovely strike.
That's going to work for you. I'm liking that.
Pins on an upslope, guys, so you can attack that.
The bird.
That's a straightforward birdie on a par 3. And the score is getting a bit more respectable now. We are 8 through 12 after 4 birdies on the bounce. There's 2 par 5s in the closing streak too.
That one you are at 8 under par.
The last 2 have left us around 250 in. Hopefully there's a shorter one, but I got a feeling one of these might be quite long.
This
we shall see. So the 13th, 430 yards, par 4. Little bit of a narrower fairway, so you just got to be a bit more careful on this one.
From the tee here.
Split the
Swings
difference
about
between the
110
rough
from
and the
the pin.
bunker. 110. 112 is going to be glorious again. This is why I keep my bag static. Because that club would have turned up to a 120 odd.
This will be on the dance floor. Nailing another approach. Nice.
With all those birdies on the bounce.
Putt.
That club usually turns into around 118, 119, and that would have been in no man's land. So there we are, 9 under through 13. Definitely getting a wriggle on now with our scoring.
Sitting right there at 9 under par.
As I say, double digits, you're going to make cuts. Probably 8 to 12, you're making a cut. 12 to 16,
looks like we're ready
you're competing for promo marks in the challenge circuit. That's in A to probably D and E. And there are some brilliant leagues and a lot of brilliant players. That is an awful swing. But we found the middle of the fairway somehow.
Okay, we were about 205 to
oh, I don't think that quite it does kick on though. But that is a risk to play over that. That is a huge risk. But the 215 just takes me into no man's land off the back. I'm going to play for the kick on here. And try and overpower this, guys. And aim on this right-hand side, because overpower now, I always fast things. I did fast it. I did get the 102. Is it going to kick forward or backwards? It does kick forward. Oh, that is a glorious shot. Go on! That is magical. I had to play off that hill to give myself this eagle opportunity.
Be interesting. This putt for eagle.
Which we did. And a relatively simple eagle. You can go at that like that, guys, because the greens are so slow. When it kicks off that hill, it was always going to stop. And we are 7 under through the last 6 holes. And all of a sudden, our scorecard is looking highly respectable. We're not going to get to name Eric. Or any of those boys. But 11 under through 14 is a decent score. Another interesting par 3. So opportunities, you either de-loft. Now this is a risk because it's all uphill, so I think I'm going to loft the 177. Don't need to be that side of it.
Beautiful swing.
That's the 2 miles per hour will push me down.
Safe approach, nice.
Little bit of a tricky shot here. You overshoot this, you're off with the fairy, so you've got to really underplay this shot. And I think I'm going to go to the line. Got to be careful with this putt. Do not want to hit that too hard.
Really good.
Oh, it was just past the line, but that was a decent effort from there. That was a little squeaky downhill, and that breaks the streak we were on. We're 11 through 15. 3 holes to go. As I said,
and here we go. Par 4 in front of us.
8 to 12, you'd be making cuts. 12 to 16, you'd be competing. So we're on the cusp of both.
Yeah, that was a good swing. Well done.
That is a lovely swing. Straight at this marker.
Alrighty, second shot on the 16th.
155 will get me there perfectly. Slight fast will bring me at the pin.
It's heading for it.
And I should be all over it again.
Oh. Yep, that's out of the top shelf. Good work.
Some of my approach shots have been lovely.
Nicely
I'll take that.
Dropping it in for birdie.
So we are 12 through 16, 2 holes left. You finish with a 3 and a 5. So I don't know. I think this course, guys, I think it's going to be scoreable. There are some tricky holes. If they up the wind, those fairways are going to get a lot more difficult. They do get a little thinner as you go on.
Here we go on the 17th hole.
But in these low winds, they're not too bad. So I'm going to play the 177 here. And I want to be on this left side and run it left to right. So I'm pretty certain the green runs left to right, unless I've misread that. Just kind of stayed straight.
I like what you did there.
I'll take that. Notice I came down to the 177 there, guys. My 180 would have overshot the green.
It's getting there. Ooh, that
And that's
drops,
a
and
straightforward
that's your
birdie.
second birdie in a row.
And we're 8 under on this back 9 with a par 5 to go.
And after that hole, you sit at 13.
Hopefully we can do this back 9 in 9 under. It'd be amazing if we could do it in 10 under. That'd be one hell of a back 9.
Let's see what happens here on the 18th.
So it's a 5.85 narrow fairway, guys, but with these winds, you should be okay. Provided you hit it, and I've hit my perfect drive of the day. When they up the winds, that's going to get a lot more tricky. Another 260 in. I'm just going to hit this up straight. Oh, my swing. I just did a little twerk at the bottom of my swing, which sent it so badly right. I don't know how it went that far right, but it did. That's a shame.
In the fairway after that.
That's a shame.
Setting up here now for
fully
our
loft,
third
fully spin
shot.
this and see if we can
5
chip one in
strokes off the lead.
and make that eagle. No. Shame.
Nice chip.
Shame. Shame, shame, know your name. But that is 14 under, guys.
End your round, dropping that putt.
That is a 14 under. There are 4 reachable par 5s in that course. Most of them with a 3 wood though, so it's hard to control, as you just saw on that hole. A 14 under gets me T11. There you go, guys. That's your walkthrough. Hopefully that sets me in good stead for when I attack my platinum course this week. Anyway, have a great week, guys. Good luck out there. Let me know what you shoot. Peace out.